Now, a KXAN News investigation.
A KXAN investigation tonight confirms Austin police are now looking into financial irregularities at a North Austin condominium.
The focus is on the Homeowners Association at the Sun Chase Condominiums. It's located at 9009 North Plaza in Northeast Austin. KXAN lead investigator Chris Willis is here live tonight with more on this 4-month-long investigation.
Leslie, Robert, we first started looking at this in late January when we were contacted by the homeowners at Sun Chase Condominiums. They were facing a special assessment, meaning in addition to their homeowners dues, they were told they had to pay several $100s more because the Homeowners Association was out of money. What they were not told is where their money went, how it was spent, and why the HOA suddenly needed more. It looks like the quiet, peaceful living in one Austin condominium complex has been disrupted.
What's past is past.
No, it's not.
If you don't ask for it, we don't know to give it to you.
These are some of the residents at the Sun Chase condominium complex in North Austin.
We ask questions and we never get answers.
They tell us they want to know where their homeowners' money has gone.
We have not had one audit.
The property manager and the board of directors have not done a complete financial audit since 2006. And so far, they have not provided homeowners copies of statements for the multiple banks that they use.
They will not respond to us. It's like, we need this. We need the audits. Okay, well, it's going to be very expensive to get the audits, so let's get the bank statements. We can't get that.
Karen Nayland has lived at Sun Chase for 31 years. She says the HOA board has been nasty and uncooperative with her. So to find out, we took our cameras to their board meeting as invited guests of several residents. To give you an idea of how much money we're talking about, there are 73 condo units at Sun Chase. The average homeowner pays, give or take, about $230 a month to the Homeowners Association. That's $16,790 a month and $201,480 a year. And since complete financial audits have not been done in the past 5 years, there is more than $1 million of unaudited expenses.
If a homeowner wants to see the financials, the bank statements, they ought to be produced.
Gregory Cagle is an attorney in Austin who literally wrote the book on HOA laws for both homeowners and HOA boards. He points to Chapter 82 of the Uniform Condominium Act, which is Texas law, that says the HOA shall keep detailed financial records, including, as a common expense, an independent audit of those financial records. The law goes on to say all audits and other financial statements shall be available to a homeowner.
The law is that the unit owners have a right to inspect and make copies of the books and financial records of the association.
But here's where some homeowners say it gets interesting. Despite the property manager never obtaining audits, and despite the fact that complete bank records were not made available to some homeowners, the board voted to give that property manager an $8,000 bonus. This is that property manager, Nancy Thompson. She did get the $8,000 bonus from the board, and then she says she was told by the former board president to give half of that money to him or she'd be fired. That's according to at least 4 other homeowners we spoke with. The president at that time, John Gunn, told us that never happened, but he did address the homeowners at the meeting.
Oh my God, hit the fan. If you bothered to show up at a meeting, you would actually maybe know what the hell is going on.
That was an issue between Nancy and John.
Kate Benson is a board member at Sun Chase. She's the only member who agreed to sit down with us and answer some questions. She says once that bonus money was given to Nancy Thompson, it was no longer homeowners' money, and thus no longer anybody's business. And as the president of the board, give me half of that money or you're fired.
Well, he's not on the board anymore either.
But he was at the time.
Yes. Until this came up to the surface.
Right.
And without admitting guilt or innocence, we said, with that kind of thing hanging over your head, right, it's a good idea that you not be on the board, even if you're completely innocent.
And for the record, John Gunn says that money exchange never happened. He says he resigned from the board because he was tired of it.
We now have an open investigation into possible fraud or theft involving the Sun Chase Homeowners Association.
But KXAN is not the only group looking into Sun Chase. Austin police now have an open investigation, and detectives say they don't need the board's approval to get anything.
We'll ask the grand jury to give us a subpoena to get whatever we might need.
Although no official audits were performed, property manager Nancy Thompson did hand out this ledger, highlighting what she says is the spending of homeowners' money. So we totaled the expenses that she claimed for herself. And in the period of 2007 to 2011, a lot of checks were written to Nancy Thompson, checks for expenses and reimbursements. The total, $95,747.
I'm disgusted.
Former board members say they were under the impression the audits were being done. In this email from Thompson, she clearly states the 2008 and 2009 audits are being done. That email was sent to former board member Susan Sinclair, who now knows it wasn't true.
I really wish I knew exactly what was going on. We may never know.
And other former board members say they're worried too.
Well, something's going on, and I hope to find out what it is.
Well, we tried to speak with Nancy Thompson several times, reaching out to her by phone and email. She did not respond to our requests. The board member who did speak with us, Kate Benson, says they're working on getting those independent audits done and opening up their financial records for the homeowners to see. She says they have not given bank records before because it is a security risk if account numbers were to get in the wrong hands, and says financial spending is outlined in monthly board meetings, but most residents rarely show up. After John Gunn resigned as president of the board, a new president was named, and he vowed to get that financial information to the homeowners. Well, late last week, he too resigned, saying he could not get the cooperation from other board members to get any information. As for the APD investigation, we'll follow it and bring you the latest details. For now, we're live and we're in the studio. Chris Willis, KXAN News.
Chris, thank you. Tomorrow night at 6, we'll have more on how to keep this from happening to you. We'll have some expert advice for every homeowner who pays monthly HOA dues. And remember, if you have a story for the KXAN investigative team, call us or email us.